Excuse me, miss. Can I see your ID? You can't be wandering around this floor.
I work here.
Uh-huh, sure. What do you do, admin? Cleaning?
I'm a doctor.
Right, look, I'm hospital security liaison.
I know all the doctors
I don't
here.
need to show you my ID. I'm going to
You've
my
got
office.
10 seconds to produce identification or I
Officer,
escort you
my
out.
badge is on my belt and my name is on the...
Officer Martinez had no idea what he just walked into. In the next 4 minutes, his badge would be suspended. An investigation would be launched. His entire career would be thrown into jeopardy. The woman he assumed was wandering around was Dr. Angela Lawson. She was chief of cardiology. She was also a voting member of the hospital's police medical review board. Dr. Lawson had spent 18 years at St. Vincent Medical Center. She oversaw cardiac care for over 12,000 patients every year. That included injured officers. She also had the power to approve or take away medical clearances for law enforcement. The same clearances Officer Martinez needed to stay on duty. And the hospital's cameras were capturing everything. But Officer Martinez had no idea who he was profiling. Dr. Angela Lawson was 46 years old. She was one of only 12 black female cardiology chiefs in major U.S. hospitals. She got her medical degree from Johns Hopkins. She did her cardiac surgery training at the Mayo Clinic. She had been at St. Vincent for 18 years. 11 of those years, she ran the department. Dr. Lawson had published 47 medical studies on cardiac trauma. She created treatment plans now used in over 200 hospitals across the country. But here's what Martinez didn't know. Since 2019, she'd been a voting member of the hospital's Police Medical Review Board. That board reviews fitness for duty tests for all law enforcement at St. Vincent. She had the power to approve, suspend, or take away medical clearances for officers. She did cardiac screenings for 340 officers every year. Officer Martinez's own clearance had crossed her desk twice. That Tuesday morning, she had just finished a 6-hour surgery. She saved a detective's life after a shooting. Exhausted and still in her scrubs, Dr. Lawson was just trying to reach her office. She needed to file post-surgery notes. She had no idea she was about to become a viral symbol of workplace racism. Before I continue, let me ask you, have you ever been treated unfairly by someone in power? Drop your answer in the comments. Officer Derek Martinez, badge number 4177, had a reputation at St. Vincent Medical Center. He was 38 years old. He'd been a cop for 9 years. He'd been assigned as hospital security liaison for 14 months. In those 14 months, he got 7 complaints. Every single one involved questioning black and Hispanic staff in areas where they belonged. Here's what happened before. In June 2022, he stopped Dr. Marcus Chen. Chen was an ER doctor. Martinez demanded his ID in the physician's lounge. Chen had worked there 6 years. Martinez claimed he looked suspicious. In October 2022, he stopped Janelle Brooks. She was head surgical nurse. He accused her of unauthorized access to the OR prep area. She'd been accessing that area daily for 12 years. In February 2023, he questioned Dr. Lawson herself. This was in the parking garage. He asked if she was lost. He offered to help her find the clinic entrance. She was walking to her reserved parking spot. Her name was on it. The staff had a nickname for him. They called him Officer Everywhere. Doctors of color created a system. They carried their badges visibly at all times. They traveled in pairs. They wrote down every interaction. Each complaint went to administration. Each time, Martinez got verbal counseling, no formal punishment. The police union said he was just doing his job. But on March 14th, Martinez made a big mistake. This time, he wasn't just harassing a doctor. He was threatening someone with the power to end his career. Type justice in the comments if you think he should have been stopped earlier. It was Tuesday, March 14th, 2023. The time was 9:47 in the morning. The place was St. Vincent Medical Center, 7th floor cardiac wing, Los Angeles. St. Vincent is an 890-bed teaching hospital. It's one of the busiest trauma centers in Southern California. It was morning shift change. Residents were reviewing charts. Nurses were getting ready for rounds. The smell of hospital coffee mixed with antiseptic. Cardiac monitors beeped steadily. It was the normal controlled chaos of a major hospital. Dr. Sarah Mitchell was at the nurses' station. She was a resident. Nurse Patricia Okoye was logging medications. Two patient families sat in the waiting area. Maintenance staff were replacing a ceiling panel. Dr. Lawson walked down the corridor. She still had her surgical scrubs on. She'd taken off her hairnet. She was exhausted after 6 hours of surgery. She carried her tablet with post-surgery notes. She just wanted to reach her office. It was 40 feet away. Martinez entered from the elevator at 9:47. He wore his full uniform. His hand rested on his belt. He'd been on duty since 6 a.m. He saw Dr. Lawson. He immediately changed direction to block her path. She was walking with purpose. She didn't notice him at first. He positioned himself right in front of her. Nurse Okoye looked up. She saw Martinez approaching Dr. Lawson. Her expression changed. She quietly tapped Dr. Mitchell's shoulder. Both of them watched. At 9:47 and 23 seconds, Officer Martinez made a decision. That decision would end his career. If stories like this matter to you, hit subscribe. Martinez blocked her path. "Excuse me, miss, can I see your ID? You can't be wandering around this floor." Dr. Lawson was exhausted. "I work here." She tried to step around him. Martinez moved to block her again. Sure. What do you do, admin? Cleaning. I'm a doctor. Now please, I have work to do." Martinez gave her a fake smile. "Right. Look, I'm hospital security liaison. I know all the doctors on this floor. Never seen you. I've been on this floor for 11 years. I'm the department chief." Martinez laughed. "The department chief of cardiology, you?" Dr. Lawson's voice got harder. "Yes, me. Now I don't need to show you my ID. I'm going to my office." Martinez stepped closer. His hand went to his belt. "Your office. Okay, you know what? You've got 10 seconds to produce identification or I'm escorting you out." "You're going to escort the chief of cardiology out of her own department. Do you understand how that sounds?" Martinez got louder. "I understand someone's pretending to be medical staff. That's a crime. ID, now." "I'm not showing you anything. My badge is in my office, where I'm trying to go." Martinez reached for his radio. "This is 4177. I need backup on 7. Possible impersonator, refusing to identify, becoming hostile." Dr. Lawson looked stunned. "Hostile? I'm standing here talking to you. You're creating a disturbance in a secure medical area. You need to come with me right now, or I'm placing you in restraints." Nurse Okoye stepped forward. "Officer, that's Dr. Lawson. She's our chief." Martinez didn't look at her. "Ma'am, step back. This doesn't concern you." Dr. Mitchell pulled out her phone. She started filming. "I'm documenting this." A patient family member stood up. "What the hell is happening?" Martinez reached for Dr. Lawson's arm. She stepped back. Her hands went up. "Do not touch me." He moved forward. "You're interfering with a security investigation." She was now backed against the wall. Martinez was 18 inches from her face. What Officer Martinez didn't know was critical. His backup was on the way. The officers coming included Lieutenant Jessica Torres. She had served with Dr. Lawson on the medical review board for 3 years, and she was watching the entire thing on the hallway camera feed before she even got off the elevator. Wait until you hear what happened next. The elevator doors opened at 9:52. Lieutenant Torres came out with Officer James Park. Torres' face got hard the moment she saw Martinez. He had Dr. Lawson cornered against the wall. "Martinez, step back now." Martinez turned around. He looked confused. "Lieutenant, I've got a situation." Torres walked straight to Dr. Lawson. "Dr. Lawson, are you all right?" Martinez started to realize something. "Wait, you know." "Officer Martinez, do you know who you're detaining?" She refused to show ID. She's in a restricted. She's the chief of cardiology. She literally runs this department, and she's a voting member of the Police Medical Review Board. Martinez's face drained of color. "The what?" Dr. Lawson spoke quietly. "The board that certifies your fitness for duty. I reviewed your last cardiac clearance in January." Nurse Okoye spoke up. "Lieutenant, he's done this before. 3 months ago, same thing. He stopped her in the parking garage, asked if she was lost." Dr. Mitchell was still filming. I have the whole thing recorded. He called her hostile when she was just standing there. He threatened restraints. Terrence Williams stood up. He was the patient family member. I'm a lawyer. I watched him racially profile her. He assumed she was cleaning staff because she's black. Torres turned to Park. Get security footage from 9:45 to now, all angles. Dr. Mitchell spoke up. I'm emailing my video to hospital administration and my personal account. Nurse Okoye added, I'm filing an incident report, my fourth one about him. The hospital cameras had captured everything. Hallway view, nurse's station view, elevator bay view, 3 angles, perfect audio. Martinez tried to defend himself. She didn't have visible ID. She's in surgical scrubs in the cardiac wing. You've been stationed here 14 months. I've never seen her before. Nurse Okoye interrupted. You questioned her in February, I was there. I'm just trying to maintain security. Dr. Lawson cut him off. By assuming the black woman in scrubs doesn't belong, by threatening to handcuff a doctor. Martinez's voice shook. Dr. Lawson, I apologize, I didn't realize. You didn't realize I had power. That's what you mean. If I were a janitor, this would be fine. Torres held out her hand. Martinez, give me your badge, you. Ray suspended pending investigation. Lieutenant, please, I have 3 kids. You should have thought about that before you profiled a physician. Badge, now. Martinez handed over his badge at 9:58, 6 minutes from initial contact to suspension. Dr. Lawson was shaking. She walked to her office. Dr. Mitchell went with her. Nurse Okoye hugged Dr. Lawson. I'm so sorry, we should have done more before this. Hospital administrator Dr. Philip Chen arrived within 10 minutes. He gave profuse apologies. By 10:15, Dr. Mitchell's video had been texted to 12 hospital staff members. By 10:47, someone uploaded it to Twitter. By noon, the world was watching. Let me know in the comments what you would have done if you witnessed this. Lieutenant Torres escorted Martinez off hospital property at 10:30. Internal Affairs Sergeant Monica Ramirez arrived at 11:15. Hospital CEO Dr. Rachel Morrison held an emergency meeting at 1 p.m. Police Chief Harold Watkins personally reviewed the footage at 2 p.m. The investigation moved fast. They pulled security footage from 3 camera angles. The audio was clear. They took witness statements. Dr. Mitchell gave a detailed written account plus her video. Nurse Okoye described Martinez's pattern of behavior over 14 months. Terrence Williams, the lawyer who witnessed it, gave a formal statement. He cited civil rights violations. 6 other staff members came forward with similar stories. They checked Martinez's personnel file. It showed 7 complaints. All of them had been dismissed after union intervention. Martinez's claims fell apart one by one. He claimed he didn't recognize her as a doctor, but he'd stopped her before in February. Nurse Okoye had written it down. Dr. Lawson's office was 40 feet away. Her door had her name and title in 6-inch letters. Her photo hung on the department's leadership wall. Martinez walked past it every day. He claimed she was in an unauthorized area, but she was walking to her own office in her own department. She was wearing surgical scrubs. That's standard after surgery. The cardiac wing staff said she made this walk 4 to 5 times per week. He claimed he was following standard security protocols, but no protocol requires demanding ID from staff in their own departments. He never questioned white doctors without badges. The records proved a clear pattern. Lieutenant Torres confirmed no security alert existed for that floor. The official decisions came fast. His badge and gun were suspended on March 14th at 10 a.m. Within 24 hours, he was placed on leave without pay. On March 15th, the hospital permanently banned him from St. Vincent property. On March 16th, the police department ordered mandatory bias training. They put a formal reprimand in his file. On March 17th, the medical board called an emergency meeting. They would review his fitness clearance. Martinez went through stages. First, denial. This is a misunderstanding, I was doing my job. Then anger. Through his union rep, he said, the department is throwing me under the bus for political correctness. Then desperation. He sent a personal apology letter to Dr. Lawson. She didn't respond. Finally, deflection. He claimed he was the victim of reverse discrimination. Dr. Lawson took the rest of the day off. It was her first unscheduled absence in 3 years. The hospital offered counseling and a security escort. She declined the escort. "I won't be made afraid in my own workplace." She met with the hospital legal team about bigger changes. She asked for a review of all security protocols. 140 hospital staff signed a letter supporting Dr. Lawson. Her cardiac patients created a Facebook group called We Stand with Dr. Lawson. Medical residents organized a walkout threat if Martinez was brought back. By March 15th, Martinez was off the job. He was banned from the hospital. He faced an investigation that could end his career. But the story wasn't contained. Dr. Mitchell's video had escaped, and the internet was about to make sure everyone knew what happened. If you're still watching, hit that subscribe button because this story gets bigger. At 10:47 a.m. on March 14th, Dr. Mitchell's video went on Twitter. The caption said, "Racist cop demands ID from black cardiologist in her own hospital." By 11:30, it had 5,000 views and 200 retweets. By 12:15, it hit 50,000 views. A major activist account picked it up. By 1:45, it reached 200,000 views. It was trending number 3 in Los Angeles. By 3:30, 800,000 people had seen it. Local news stations started calling for interviews. By 6 p.m., it was the lead story on every evening news broadcast in LA. By 9 p.m., it had 2.3 million views. It was trending number 1 nationally with the hashtag Justice for Dr. Lawson. By midnight, 4.7 million people had seen it across Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Within 48 hours, 18 million people watched it. The numbers broke down like this. Twitter had 6.2 million views, 340,000 retweets, and 890,000 likes. TikTok got 4.8 million views with 12,000 response videos. Most expressed outrage. Instagram reached 3.1 million views. Major accounts shared it. Reddit put it on the front page of 3 different forums. YouTube re-uploads totaled 3.9 million views. The public response was massive. One doctor tweeted, "This is why only 5% of doctors are black. We're questioned in our own hospitals while white med students are called doctor by default." It got 47,000 likes. A civil rights lawyer wrote, "He threatened restraints against a cardiologist in her department. Career ending doesn't even begin to cover what needs to happen." That got 33,000 likes. The media covered it everywhere. Local LA stations ran it. The LA Times put it on the front page. CNN and MSNBC picked it up. Major medical journals issued statements. The American Medical Association called for an investigation. International outlets like the BBC covered it as an example of U.S. workplace racism. St. Vincent Medical Center released a statement on March 15th at 4 p.m. They said they were horrified by Martinez's actions. They called Dr. Lawson a brilliant physician and leader. They promised a full review of security protocols and mandatory anti-bias training. The LAPT released their own statement at 6 p.m. They said they take biased policing seriously. Martinez was on administrative leave. Internal Affairs was investigating. Martinez tried to control the damage. His union rep said the video was out of context, but the video showed full context. Martinez's wife posted a Facebook defense. She said he wasn't racist. She deleted it after massive backlash. An anonymous friend told a tabloid Martinez was the real victim. Public outrage got even worse. By March 17th, Officer Martinez was a national symbol of workplace racism. His name was a hashtag. His face was a meme. Dr. Lawson had become an unexpected icon. Comment below what you think should happen to officers like this. On March 17th, Martinez made one more mistake. He posted on his private Facebook. Someone screenshot it. He wrote, "Can't even do my job anymore without being called racist. Maybe she should wear her badge if she doesn't want to be questioned." The screenshot went viral in 90 minutes. Police Chief Watkins responded. He said, "This shows no remorse. It disqualifies him from representing this department." On March 22, 2023, the Police Medical Review Board held an emergency session. 7 voting members sat on the board. That included Dr. Lawson. She removed herself from voting due to personal involvement. The board reviewed Martinez's cardiac clearance for fitness for duty. They looked at his documented pattern of biased behavior. They noted it caused psychological stress to others. They said he showed poor judgment under pressure. They found he had elevated cardiovascular risk factors. Those factors were incompatible with patrol duty. The board voted 6-0. They revoked his medical clearance. Martinez could not serve in any law enforcement job requiring clearance. On April 5, 2023, LAPD Internal Affairs finished their investigation. They sustained 4 findings: biased policing with 7 documented incidents, abuse of authority, dishonesty in his official report, conduct unbecoming an officer for the Facebook post. The penalty was termination for cause. The police union filed an appeal. On April 20th, the appeal was denied. Martinez lost pension eligibility. He'd served 9 years. He needed 10 years to vest. The LA County District Attorney reviewed the case from April to June 2023. They looked at possible charges: false imprisonment, deprivation of rights under color of law. In June, they decided not to file criminal charges. They said there wasn't enough evidence of criminal intent, but they referred Dr. Lawson to civil attorneys. On May 12, 2023, Dr. Lawson filed a civil lawsuit. She sued Officer Martinez personally. She sued the LAPD. She sued the city of Los Angeles. Her claims included civil rights violations, racial discrimination, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and negligent hiring and supervision. She asked for $2.5 million in damages. During discovery from May to October, her lawyers uncovered 23 additional complaints against Martinez. That was beyond the 7 already known. They found a pattern. 89% of his security stops involved people of color. An expert testified about racial profiling. In November 2023, the city of Los Angeles settled. They wanted to avoid trial. They paid Dr. Lawson $850,000. They paid $400,000 for hospital security reforms. The total was $1.25 million. The settlement had other terms too. Martinez was barred from any law enforcement job in California. The city had to make mandatory policy changes. The police chief gave a public apology in December 2023. Martinez's life fell apart. He lost his job. He lost his pension. He had an $850,000 judgment against him. Under the settlement, he was personally liable for $50,000. His law enforcement career was over. His name made him unhireable. His wife filed for divorce in July 2023. She cited public embarrassment. He got a restraining order. He couldn't contact Dr. Lawson. As of 2024, he works as a security guard at a private warehouse. He earns $38,000 a year. He used to make $95,000 as an officer. In December 2023, the court ordered Martinez to apologize. He read a prepared statement. "I'm sorry for my actions. I was wrong." His lawyer immediately added, "My client maintains he was following protocol but acknowledges the outcome was inappropriate." Dr. Lawson responded, "That's not an apology, that's a legal move, but I don't need his apology, I need systemic change." In December 2023, Dr. Lawson gave a statement. She said, "This was never about revenge. This was about accountability. Officer Martinez stole my dignity in my own workplace. He made me feel unsafe in a building where I've saved lives for 18 years. The money doesn't fix that, but the policy changes might protect the next person." She talked about the personal impact. "People don't see what this does to you. I still tense up when I see a police officer in the hospital. I'm a department chief. I have institutional power. I had resources to fight back, and I was still terrified in that moment. Think about all the people who don't have what I have. What happens to them?" She used her professional perspective. "My expertise taught me how systems work, but most workers don't have that knowledge. They don't have lawyers on speed dial. They can't afford to take time off to sue. They face this abuse every single day, and they have nowhere to turn." Her message to workers was clear. You have rights. You deserve dignity. You don't have to accept abuse just because someone has a badge or authority. Document everything. Tell people, fight back if you can. Her message to customers and officers was direct. Respect is the baseline. It's not optional. There are real consequences now. This case proved that. She explained what she wanted. I want policy changes that actually work. I want a cultural shift. I want people in power to be held accountable before it takes a viral video. She expressed gratitude to the witnesses who spoke up, to the supporters who believed me, to my employer for backing me. Thank you. Her closing quote was powerful. Every person deserves dignity at work. I don't care if you're a surgeon or a janitor. Respect isn't earned by credentials. It's owed to every human being. But this case exposed something much bigger. Studies show that 64% of black doctors are mistaken for non-doctors at least once a month. Black doctors are over 3 times more likely to be questioned in clinical areas. 41% of black ER doctors report being asked for ID, while white colleagues walk past freely. Dr. Lawson had power, she had resources, she had clear video evidence, she had witnesses, she had institutional support, and she was still profiled, threatened, and traumatized. If someone with her credentials isn't safe, what about everyone else? What about workers without power? This happens every day. Most of them never get justice. So let me ask you, do we accept a system where a department chief can be threatened in her own hospital, where 23 complaints get ignored until one goes viral? Do we believe Officer Martinez was uniquely bad, or was he just the one who got caught? How many others are still out there doing the same thing? And what does it say that Dr. Lawson's credentials had to be extraordinary for her dignity to matter? What about people without power? Because if we don't demand accountability before things go viral, if we don't protect all workers regardless of credentials, then we're just waiting for the next Martinez, the next Dr. Lawson, the next 4-minute confrontation that destroys lives. Comment below if you believe Martinez should have been fired after complaint number 5, or number 10, or the very first time. If you think stories like this matter, hit that subscribe button. We're going to keep exposing these patterns. We're going to keep demanding systemic change. We're going to keep fighting for accountability, for dignity, for a world where your expertise doesn't have to be extraordinary for your humanity to be recognized. This isn't just about one racist cop or one brilliant doctor. It's about all of us. See you in the next one.